Ever wished you could just, I don't know, escape to the Japanese countryside, wake up to those mountain views instead of the usual morning commute?
And wouldn't it be great if you could do it all while keeping things eco-friendly?
Totally. Which is exactly why we're diving deep into some spectacular sustainable stays in Japan today.
We'll be exploring the Real Japan website and their fantastic article that uncovers these hidden eco-friendly gems.
Get ready to say goodbye to the city lights and hello to something a little more, well, serene.
And you're not alone in wanting this kind of experience.
Oh, yeah.
The article mentions that a huge number, like 55% of global travelers, are actually searching for those off-grid adventures.
Wow, 55%. It really seems like everyone wants that deeper connection with nature.
Definitely. It's more than just a trend, it's a whole shift in how we want to experience the world.
It's like a breath of fresh air, literally. But let's be honest, the word sustainable gets thrown around so much these days. What makes accommodation in Japan truly sustainable? How do we know it's not just greenwashing?
You raise a good point. In Japan, it goes way beyond just buzzwords. Imagine this. You're staying in a traditional farmhouse,
Okay, I'm picturing it.
but this farmhouse is completely powered by solar panels, maybe even with a system to collect rainwater for your morning shower.
Wow, talk about sustainable. So we're talking about real actions, not just fancy marketing.
Exactly. Tangible changes.
Like living the good life, but with that unique Japanese twist. I love it.
Right.
But it's not just about minimizing our environmental impact, right? What are the actual benefits for travelers like us?
It goes beyond just feeling good about our choices, for sure. Imagine waking up in a remote cabin, the sun shining through the trees, and just breathing in that clean, fresh air.
That sounds amazing.
That's the kind of immersive experience these sustainable stays offer. It's a chance to unplug from the digital world and truly unwind. The article actually mentions a specific place, Yomoshiru Farmhouse.
Yomishiro Farmhouse.
Yeah, it's tucked away near the more famous Shirakawa-go village, a perfect example of this tranquil escape.
It's like hitting the reset button on life. But this feels different from just booking any hotel in a remote location, doesn't it?
You're right. Choosing sustainable accommodation often means connecting with the local community in a way you wouldn't expect. Imagine staying at a minshuku.
I'm in Shuku.
Yeah, it's a traditional Japanese bed and breakfast. You're not just a guest. You're welcomed into a family home, sharing meals, stories, and getting a deeper understanding of Japanese culture.
It's about real, authentic connections, not just with the environment, but with the people too. And we're supporting local economies and helping to preserve those traditions. Now, the article goes into different types of sustainable stays, each one sounding incredible. Those eco-friendly tree houses especially caught my eye. Sounds like a childhood dream come true.
They're as magical as you imagine. The Treeful Tree House Sustainable Resort in Okinawa immediately comes to mind. Luxurious design meets sustainable tech, solar power, rainwater showers, the works.
Okay, now you're speaking my language.
Yeah.
But for those who want a truly off-the-grid experience, what about those remote mountain cabins?
Ah, yes. For the adventurers at heart. Picture yourself nestled high in the Japanese Alps, incredible views all around. The author describes their own experience in a secluded cabin in Wakayama.
Maybe a story for another deep dive.
Perhaps.
Okay, we'll have to hear about that one. But whether it's a charming farmhouse, a treehouse escape, or a secluded cabin in the mountains, each type of stay has its own unique appeal.
Don't forget about kaminka, those renovated traditional Japanese homes.
Oh, that's right.
They've been given a new life with sustainable practices. Perfect for anyone fascinated by architecture and history, a chance to experience Japan's past while embracing a greener future.
It's like stepping back in time, but with a sustainable twist. And speaking of history, the article highlights some standout stays, and one in particular just blew me away. The Nishiyama Onsen Kyunken in Yamanashi. Have you heard of it?
Have I heard of it? It's legendary. It's officially the world's oldest hot spring inn, can you believe it? Dating all the way back to 705 CE.
705. That's incredible. Over 1,300 years of history.
And they've managed to maintain this incredible legacy of harmony with nature. It's really remarkable.
Talk about standing the test of time. It shows a real commitment to sustainability, not just jumping on the latest trend.
Exactly. It's about deep respect for traditions, for the environment, for a way of life, and they've combined that ancient wisdom with modern luxury so seamlessly. Imagine relaxing in a steaming onsen, those naturally heated mineral baths.
Oh, that sounds heavenly.
Pure bliss. And to think that water has been flowing from the earth for centuries.
Okay, you've convinced me I need to experience this. Natural hot springs, centuries of history, sign me up. But let's shift gears a bit and head north to the island of Hokkaido. What kind of sustainable treasures await us there?
Hokkaido is a nature lover's paradise, known for its untouched beauty, and the Hotel Kifu Club Shirotoko perfectly embodies that spirit.
Tell me more.
It's located near Shirotoko National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so you know the scenery is out of this world.
Wow, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. They must take sustainability very seriously.
Absolutely. They've gone above and beyond to minimize their impact on this pristine environment. We're talking locally sourced, sustainable materials in the building itself.
Okay, so it's more than just those little shampoo bottles.
Oh, much more. They have innovative recycling programs to minimize waste, and even their heating systems are super energy efficient. Plus, they have charging stations for electric vehicles.
Smart. Encourage guests to explore the region responsibly. It's amazing how they've integrated all of this so seamlessly. Proof that sustainable travel doesn't have to mean sacrificing comfort. Speaking of comfort, the article also mentioned a luxurious mountain escape, the Bataisen-wan in Gunma Prefecture.
But Tyson won. It really is something special. A great example of how luxury and sustainability can go hand in hand.
So we're talking high-end but eco-conscious.
Exactly. They've harnessed the power of geothermal energy so cool. They use the Earth's natural heat for both heating and cooling the entire property.
Geothermal energy, that's amazing. Talk about a small carbon footprint.
Right. And it gets better. They're all about local sourcing, building materials, food, everything. Plus, they have these incredible private onsen baths with views of Mount Tanagawa.
Oh, wow. Soaking in a natural hot spring overlooking a mountain. That's the dream. Okay, we've experienced history, we've talked luxury, and now we're tapping into the Earth's energy, all while being mindful of our impact. Let's move on to a place I've always wanted to see, Yakushima Island.
Yakushima is pure magic, and the Sankara Hotel and Spa perfectly captures that mystical atmosphere.
That sounds incredible.
It is. It's nestled among ancient cedar forests, another UNESCO World Heritage Site known for its almost spiritual vibe.
Wow, another UNESCO site. It seems like Japan really takes preserving these special places seriously. But how do they manage to offer a luxurious experience while protecting such a delicate environment?
It's all about finding that balance, that harmony. The villas are designed to maximize natural light and ventilation.
So less reliance on artificial lighting and air conditioning.
Exactly. And they've used local materials throughout, blending the structures with the surroundings. It's like nature is part of the experience.
I love that. Seamlessly integrated.
And their farm-to-table dining is a must-try. The freshest local ingredients, supporting local farmers, minimizing food miles, you get to savor the true flavors of Yakushima.
Sustainable and delicious. Count me in. Now, remember those incredible tree houses we talked about earlier? The Treeful Treehouse Sustainable Resort in Okinawa.
Oh yeah, a childhood dream.
Totally. Staying in a luxurious treehouse while contributing to conservation efforts, it sounds incredible. But you mentioned they have composting toilets.
They do, along with rainwater harvesting, gray water recycling. They're really at the forefront of sustainable technology.
Okay, I have to admit, composting toilets sound a bit intimidating.
Yeah.
Are they, as
Not at all. They're nothing like you might be picturing. The article explains that modern composting toilets are completely odor-free, hygienic, and really efficient. And they turn the waste into fertilizer.
Wow, closing the loop. That's pretty impressive. So they're eco-friendly and surprisingly sophisticated. See, you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
But it's not just about the tree houses themselves. They offer guided nature walks, and you can even participate in coral reef restoration projects.
Yes. They've created an experience that goes beyond just relaxation. It's about education, connection, and giving back to the island.
That's what it's all about. Okay, our final stop takes us to Shikoku, the smallest of Japan's main islands, and the town of Kamikatsu. Have you heard of it?
Kamikatsu. Oh, absolutely. It's like the poster child for zero-waste living. They're on a mission to become a completely zero-waste town.
Wow, zero waste. How do they even begin to do that?
They have this incredibly rigorous recycling system where residents sort their waste into, get this, 45 different categories.
45 categories. That's next level commitment.
It's incredible. They have this amazing facility called the Kamikatsu Zero Waste Center, and it's shaped like a giant question mark.
A question mark. I love that. It's making us all stop and rethink our relationship with waste.
Exactly. And right within this innovative center, you'll find the Hotel WHY.
Talk about putting your money where your mouth is. What's it like to stay in a zero-waste hotel?
It really challenges your preconceived notions about what a hotel can be. Guests are encouraged to fully embrace the zero-waste philosophy. Bring minimal toiletries, sort your trash meticulously, and you can even participate in workshops about sustainable living
So
practices.
it's like a hotel and an educational experience.
Exactly. It's a chance to step outside your comfort zone and experience what a zero-waste lifestyle could look like.
Wow. We've journeyed from ancient hot springs to
Mhm.
luxurious mountain escapes,
Mhm.
from treetop havens to a town striving for zero waste. It's incredible to see the diversity and innovation within sustainable accommodation in Japan.
And this is just scratching the surface. The article has a fantastic list of sustainable stays, categorized by region, so our listeners can discover even more hidden gems. But what really struck me is what makes these places stand out in terms of their commitment to sustainability.
It really is amazing to see how much thought goes into every detail. The article highlights all those impressive features. Solar panels are practically a given nowadays. But then you have things like rainwater harvesting systems
Oh, absolutely.
and those composting toilets we talked about. It's clear they're going above and beyond the basics.
It's fascinating how these technologies, often nestled in these tranquil settings, completely change our perspective on things we usually take for granted, like water, right?
Exactly.
You see a system collecting rainwater, reusing it, and it makes you appreciate that resource on a whole new level.
It's like having your own little sustainable ecosystem right there in your accommodation. And it's not just about the high-tech solutions either. The article mentioned a lot of these places are using natural building materials.
Oh, for sure. Cedar wood, bamboo, even straw bales.
It's incredible.
It's about working with nature, not against it. And these materials create such a unique experience.
Definitely.
The scent of wood, the texture of clay walls.
Yeah.
It's sustainability that appeals to all your senses.
Absolutely. And speaking of senses, we can't forget about the food. Farm-to-table dining experiences seem to be a big part of the sustainable stay experience in Japan.
It's a given. Fresh, locally sourced ingredients.
The best.
Imagine enjoying a meal knowing exactly where everything came from, maybe even picked from the garden right outside.
That's amazing. It's about connecting with the land, supporting those local farmers, and experiencing the true essence of Japanese cuisine. But let's be real for a second, getting to these amazing off-the-beaten-path places takes a bit of planning.
You're not wrong.
Luckily, the article gave us some helpful tips for eco-conscious travelers.
They covered all the bases. Packing reusable water bottles, eco-friendly toiletries, those are essential. But they also emphasized respecting local customs, especially in rural areas.
Right, those small gestures make a world of difference.
Absolutely. Like bringing a small gift for your host's a great way to show your appreciation.
It shows you're not just a tourist, you're a guest.
Now, for those dreaming of those iconic Japanese landscapes, when's the best time to plan a trip?
The article recommends spring or autumn. Imagine those cherry blossoms in full bloom or those forests painted with those fiery autumn colors.
Breathtaking.
A photographer's dream.
Absolutely. Now, getting around Japan, it's known for its amazing public transportation system, right?
Second to none.
But to reach those secluded stays, renting a car might be a good idea. Definitely. Gives you that freedom to explore at your own pace, discover those hidden gems.
And for the truly adventurous, there's always hiking or cycling to your destination.
Now you're talking. It's the ultimate way to immerse yourself in nature, minimize your impact, and that feeling of accomplishment when you finally arrive.
Oh, I can imagine.
Nothing beats it.
So there you have it. Our deep dive into sustainable stays in Japan has taken us from traditional solar-powered farmhouses to luxurious treetop escapes nestled in ancient forests. We've talked innovation, local traditions, and even explored a town determined to eliminate waste entirely. It's inspiring to see how much care and attention goes into creating these unforgettable experiences.
Absolutely. It's clear that sustainable travel isn't about sacrificing comfort or luxury. It's about enhancing the experience, connecting with the environment, the local communities, and leaving a positive impact.
It's about realizing that we can have incredible adventures while protecting this beautiful planet of ours. So next time you're planning a trip, think outside the box, explore those sustainable options, and discover the magic of traveling responsibly.